Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Preston, and this is some unfortunate news for the boxing community. And I am extremely, not happy about this news, and stuff like that because I was really looking forward to this fight. And literally yesterday, or not even yesterday, like 10 hours ago, I literally made like a video of my prediction of the fight and stuff like that, and then now the like Floyd Schofield pulled out of the fight due to some type of illness, and stuff like that, and I just don't know what to fucking say, man. It's like, it's like when you get so like, sometimes it's like, like when you get so excited about something, it's like sometimes it's like that's where it's like you unexpectedly just get notified about something. And this is a perfect, example. So basically, it doesn't really say of what the illness is really about, and stuff like that, because I was trying to read and stuff, and and I don't feel like going on other articles, and stuff like that, because I'm just trying to, because that's just out of my opinion, I don't know, but but the potential, candidates for the fighters, to fight, to fight Shakur Stevenson is Musa Gollum and Josh Patley. And apparently, I think Musa Gollum, and stuff like that. Wait, actually, let me see. And actually, it was Josh Patley. Josh Patley, apparently, Josh Patley, stopped Mark Chamberlain, and Mark Chamberlain was a rising star, and he has a lot of power, and I didn't know he beat Mark Chamberlain. I might need to go and see that fight and stuff like that after like this clip of the video, and stuff like that. But either way, just off of him beating, Mark Chamberlain, I feel like, that should be a good fight, and stuff like that, because it's still an undefeated fighter. I know that Padley only has 4 knockouts, and stuff like that, but at the same time, Shakur Stevenson, I mean, he's not no powerhouse either, and stuff like that. And if, Padley beat Mark Chamberlain, apparently he has to have some type of power, and stuff like that. But none of that talk. I'm actually going to see what this Patley dude is about. And yeah. Yo, I did not mean to say that, that Patley stopped Mark Chamberlain, but it was a split decision. But yeah, but I'm going to go see what, the fight was about. But basically, I got footage on not just Josh Patley, but also on Musa Gollum, and stuff like that. And honestly, I feel like these fighters should fight each other first and foremost, and stuff like that. But sadly, they're kind of the two main ones that are going to be the replacement, for, Floyd Schofield, and stuff like that, But, I feel like, honestly, both these fighters, either way, I feel like it's going to be a tough replacement, in my opinion. Because, Patley, I did watch the fight with, him and Mark Chamberlain. It did look back-to-back, but, I feel like Mark Chamberlain more kind of landed, like, 1 or 2 power punches and then clinched the whole time while Patley was moving around and was, utilizing his pressuring skills and his boxing skills more like. But yeah, and stuff. And I just feel like, that Josh Patley, I feel like that, he would definitely, give a tough fight, to Shakur Stevenson, because I feel like that, he would press the action, and stuff like that, he would force, like no matter what, I feel like, just, just with the styles in that fight with Shakur and Patley, I feel like that Patley would just, no matter what, would just back up Shakur Stevenson. Not saying Shakur would lose, which I'm not saying Shakur would lose the fight, but I'm just saying, like, Patley does definitely have, the style, which would back Shakur Stevenson up with his style and stuff like that. And I feel like, that would be, a good fight, stuff. But at the same time, either one of these guys don't have a chance against Shakur Stevenson. But I'm going to just get out the way. But basically, that's the thing, and stuff, is that Patley, he's the type of fighter that he likes to utilize his distance management, but his main tool is that he likes to blitz in the inside. Kind of like a style like Sean Porter, and stuff like that, where it's like he tries to box you and stuff like that, but then, after that, and stuff like that, I just had to, see some. But then, after that, hold on, I have to figure out what the hell I just said because I just got distracted by something. But basically, Padley, he's like a Sean Porter style where it's like, where it's like he likes to keep his distance to, find his range to box. But then after that, once he finds his range, that's when he blitzes in the inside and throws his punches, and stuff like that. That's kind of like what I see, and stuff from Josh Padley. And I feel like that would bring, a tough fight to Shakur Stevenson. I'm not saying that Padley would be exactly like, Sean Porter, but kind of like a little bit of resemblance, but on a lower scale. But next, Musa Gollum, and stuff like that. I'ma just say like who I think should fight out of these two. But Musa Gollum, basically, he's a good fighter. I feel like he's definitely a good sharpshooting fighter. He's underrated as hell in my opinion, and stuff. And basically, Gollum has kind of like, like that, like, sharp shooting style, and stuff like that. And then he's lengthy, he's kind of big for his weight class, and stuff because, like he's a lightweight, but he kind of like has like a feature of like a junior lightweight or like a welterweight and stuff like that, and, he doesn't like, I mean, like, let me go check. But yeah, and Musa Gollum, he has 13 knockouts out of his, I believe 22 wins, and stuff like that, So, I mean, like, that's not bad, and stuff. And, honestly, that is not bad, like early in his career, 22 wins with 13 knockouts. That is more than Josh Padley, and stuff like that, because Josh Padley, like, he only has 4 knockouts, like, he does have a little, like, sneaky underrated power, in my opinion, and stuff like that. Sorry if you hear my dog, moving in my background. But because, it's just he's doing his thing and stuff like that. But, but like basically, like, he does have like that underrated, power in my opinion, Josh Padley. But basically, like, I would say that Gollum has more power in my opinion when it comes down to the two. And, and I feel like, Gollum, and stuff, like, I feel like he actually has a very, tricky style for Shakur Stevenson. I do feel like, though, it would be kind of more of an easier style because the one thing, though, with Gollum is that he is also the type, kind of like Shakur Stevenson, where, like, if he gets hit, sometimes he likes to bottle up and, bottle up and stuff like that, and then basically like to move around the ring, and stuff like that, and then he kind of like fights a little scary, and shit like that, and I feel like that would kind of just give it too much in favor of Shakur Stevenson. And I feel like Shakur would school the hell out of Gollum, and stuff like that, But I do feel like Gollum would still show a little bit of his skill set in the fight, and stuff. But at the same time, though, I just feel like his style is nothing different from what Shakur Stevenson has fought in. But basically, out of all of that, who do I think that Shakur Stevenson should fight, out of those two, out of Josh Padley and Musa Gollum? I do feel like it is competitive, but at the other hand, though, like, I understand that Padley only has 4 knockouts, but on the other hand, he's undefeated, and he does look just a little bit more ready than Gollum and stuff like that. I do feel like Gollum has a little bit of more things to prove on. If he was, a little bit more proved and stuff of being more ballsy and stuff with throwing hands and, just like looked a little bit more like pro instead of like like inexperienced, and stuff like that, like I feel like honestly like I would pick Gollum, because I feel like Gollum would be just the better fighter in my opinion than Padley. But in just since that's hypothetical, I'm picking Padley. But the only reason why I'm picking Padley is, again, I just feel like Padley is more experienced, in my opinion, and he just came off of a good win against Mark Chamberlain, which in my opinion, I ranked Mark Chamberlain pretty highly because I thought that power was something like relentless, and stuff like that. I mean, I might want to see more of what happened in the fight between Mark Chamberlain and Padley, and stuff like that, because there's not many like, highlights out there, full fights, that are like any more than 2 minutes long, and stuff like that, But out of what I seen though, is just, like Mark Chamberlain was only just throwing it, like, again, was just punching, then just was clinching and shit like that. But basically, I just feel like, just Padley, he has just more of a better record, and stuff. And I just feel like, he just like, just looks better in my opinion than Gollum. I just feel like Gollum needs to have more like fights, to like, that are good fights too, to prove, how truly good he is, and stuff. I just feel like this fight right here, when it comes down to both these fighters, I just feel like, for one, it's a little too soon for Gollum. I feel like he's already, like, I feel like, like he's just started getting into the high stages, and I feel like it's too soon. And it's the same for Padley, but Padley's undefeated. Like that one loss, it's like we need to see a little bit more from Gollum to prove that one loss was just because, he didn't have as much experience. But basically, out of those two fighters, I'm picking Josh Padley. And, and if I was the person to make the fight, and stuff like that, or, just basically, like, if I was able to, to tell the people who's like the maker of the fight, and stuff like that, or the promoter of the fight, I would say that the replacement of the fight should be Shakur Stevenson versus Josh Padley. So thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm Preston. Peace out.